Okay, in last class we discussed about the wavy curve method. Okay, na? In first year also we discussed this wavy curve method while we solving the problems in increasing and decreasing functions. Okay, na? Fine. So I think it is better to explain this method with an example. Then it is very clear to everybody. Okay, na? So don't want to discuss only theory. Okay, na? It is somewhat confusing. So by taking example, I think it is very clear to each and everybody. Yeah. Okay. So this is our given function, rational function. It is the rational function. This is p of x and this is q of x. Okay. Fine. So this is of the form p of x by q of x. Okay. Now, if p of x is 0, then y is 0. Okay. Now, so where p of x 0, those all numbers are the roots of this function y. Okay, na? This function y. Y or this can be written as f of x also. This can be written as f of x also. Okay. And now where p of x 0, then y tends to infinity. That means y is not defined. Y is not defined. So whenever we solving this rational function, we should always eliminate the values where q of x becomes 0. Okay, na? Because at q of x 0 values, the function is not defined. Okay, na? So remember that is the main point. Okay. Now, so here when this is 0, at x equal 1, this is 0. And that means we have to collect the zeros of the p of x and q of x. First of all, we have to collect the zeros of p of x and q of x. And now, zeros of p of x, zeros of p of x are so 1, okay, minus 2 and 3 and minus 6. So these are the zeros of p of x. Okay. Now, what about zeros of q of x? Zeros of q of x are 0, 7. Okay, clear? Okay, now, so first of all, we have to collect the zeros of numerator and denominator. Numerator is p of x, denominator is q of x. So this is the first step. Okay, done. Now, so take a real line. That means x-axis. Take a real line. That is x-axis. Okay. Yeah. So this is the real line. And now what you have to do? So you have to look at the roots. Look at the roots on real line. Okay, now. So first of all, 0 is so 0 is there. Otherwise, start from least to highest. So what is the least number in this? Okay, na? The least number is minus 6. Okay, na? So write minus 6 at first. Minus 6. Okay, na? Fine. After that, minus 2. Minus 2. Yeah, after that, 0. Okay? Fine. After that, 1. Oh. After that, 3. At last, 7. Okay? At last, 7. Okay? Yeah. The first step is you have to find the zeros of numerator and denominator. Okay. Then second step is locate the roots. Okay, on real x-axis. Okay, now on real x-axis. Fine. Whenever we locating, you know that the smallest to highest. Real axis means smallest to highest. Okay, na? And now So the rightmost value is, what is the rightmost value? 7. Okay, the rightmost value is 7. Yeah. Now take some value to right of the 7. Understood? Take some value right of the 7. So that means 8, 9, 10, something. Okay, na? Of course, you can take 7.1 also. But in general, we are considering some natural number. So take some 8. Okay, na? Clear? So take some value to the right of the last one. Okay, na? So here we have to consider after 7 means we have to consider 8. Okay, substitute 8 in this given expression. Substitute 8 in this given expression. Okay, na? Fine. So if you substitute in this 7 minus 1, which is 6, so positive. 7 plus 2, sorry, 8 minus 1, 7, which is positive. 8 plus 2, 10, positive. 8 minus 3, 5, positive. 8 plus 6, 14, positive. And 8, positive. 8 minus 7, 1, positive. Is it okay? So, if you take some value to the right of the 7, okay? If you substitute in this expression, what you are getting? It is positive. Of course, obviously it is positive because the number which we take to the right of the largest number, okay? So since it is greater than to the all the number, so obviously each expression must be positive. Okay. So in general, 99% it is positive. Okay, clear. So here positive. Okay, na? Whenever take the right side number to the greatest one, if you substitute in this expression, the expression is positive. So I write plus. Okay, clear? Okay. Now coming to next 3, 7. 3, 7. In between 3, 7. Okay, na? So in general, we don't want to substitute each and every time the value between this. Okay, na? It takes somewhat time. Okay, na? So for that purpose, what I am doing is, and now coming to 7, here 7. Okay, na? So what is the power of this root 7? Okay, na? The power of the root 7 is 3, which is odd number, Okay, na? Listen, this is the most important point. Okay, na? I think already we discussed in the first year, but we will repeat it again. Okay. Now we move to the left of the 7. Okay, na? While we moving this root, okay. Now you have to think about the power of this root, whether it is odd or even. Okay. Now here x minus 7 whole cube. So 3 is the odd number. Odd number means, okay, odd number means the sign should be opposite of the right one. So right one is plus, na? So here you have to write minus. Okay, clear? Since the power of this root is odd, that is called simple root. If power of the root is even, then it is called double root. Okay. So since, okay, if odd power, then it is called simple root. If even power, that root is called double root. Okay. Now since the 7 is the simple root, the opposite sign will come. Okay, here plus is there, so minus. Suppose here minus, then here plus. Okay, opposite. Now what about 3? Coming to 3. So coming to 3, it is odd. That means simple root. So simple root means opposite sign. So here minus. So what it will come? Plus. Yeah, plus will come. Okay. Then next 1. Coming to 1. Where is 1? 1. So 1 also simple root. That is odd. Okay. Na? So the opposite sign will come. That is minus. Okay. Fine. Now 0. What about 0? 0 is here, x square. So x square, which is the double root, okay na? Double root, that is odd, even, double root. So double root means same sign will follow, same sign. That means if minus is there, obviously minus will come. Minus is there, again minus will come. Plus is there, again plus will come. Okay, clear? Now coming to minus 2. Now coming to minus 2 here, this is the minus 2. Which one is double root? So double root means same sign will follow. That means minus means again minus will come. Okay. And now at last minus 6. What about minus 6? So minus 6 is here, which is simple root, odd number, simple root. So opposite sign will come. So minus means here plus. Is it clear to everybody? Let me know whether it is clear or not what I am saying. Okay. So this is the first step. Is it clear? I want to repeat it again. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. So, after locating the sign, whether positive or negative, now we can draw the graph like this. Plus means positive. Positive means above x-axis. Okay. Minus means negative, below y-axis, below x-axis. Okay. Fine. So this is positive means the graph is like this. Okay. Now negative. Negative means you come down. Again positive, you go up. Negative, you go down. Negative, again go down. Negative, again go down. Just up. Okay. Plus means above line. Minus means below the line. Plus above. Minus below. Again minus means again below. Again minus again below. Okay na? Clear? Check once. Yeah. Okay. And now we can find the solution easily for positive or negative or non-positive, non-negative. Okay. Is it clear what is the meaning of positive and non-positive? What is meaning? Let me know. What is positive? Positive means suppose y is positive. Y is positive means which sign we have to use. Okay. Na? Here actually there are 4 cases. Na? 4 cases. Okay. So there are 4 cases. Y greater than or equal to 0. Y less than or equal to 0. Y strictly greater than 0. Y strictly less than 0. Okay na? 4 cases. So in this, okay, positive. Positive means where y is positive. So which symbol you have to use? Where y is positive. Okay na? You have to use this one or this one. Y greater than or equal 0 or y greater than strictly greater than 0. Y positive means which sign you have to use. Let me know. Y is positive. Find the values where y is positive. Means you have to use y greater than or equal 0 or y greater than 0. Which one? Mamata, y greater than 0. What about others? Y is positive means you have to use y greater than or equal 0, y strictly greater than 0. What about others? Sneha, y greater than 0. Okay. I want response from each and every person. Okay. So don't confuse. Okay, almost all everybody give correct answer. Okay, na? Diksha, don't confuse. Positive means okay na. So this y positive means y strictly greater than 0. Okay na? Y positive means y strictly greater than 0. Okay na? Because 0 is either negative or positive. Okay na? So y positive means you have to write y strictly greater than 0. Okay na? Next my question. Okay na? Where y is non-negative, then which one? Where y is non-negative, then which symbol you have to use? Quickly, where y is non-negative. Yeah. Sneha, y less than or equal to 0. Non-negative means they are not negative numbers. Non-negative. They are not negative numbers now. Then y less than or equal 0 means y less than or equal 0 means all are negative numbers na. I am asking non-negative. Huh? Yeah. Y greater than or equal to 0. Non-negative and there are no negative numbers. No negative numbers means from 0 to right side. Because 0 is neither negative nor positive. Okay, so it means non-negative. So you should not obviously 0, because we said non-negative, negative numbers should not be included. So that's why we are using y greater than or equal to 0. Okay, fine. So this is non-negative. Non-negative. Yeah, yeah. Next, negative numbers where y is negative. So obviously, where y is negative means y less than 0, negative. Okay? Non-positive. Non-positive means non-positive numbers means y less than or equal to 0. Okay, is it clear? So this is the main point. So remember these 4 cases. Okay, na? While we are writing the intervals, you should be careful about what they are asking. Okay, na? So y is positive or y is non-negative. Okay, y is positive, negative, or y is non-positive, like that. Okay, you have to clear about these words. Okay, fine. Now, now coming to the our problem. Here, uh, where the denominators, that means q of x 0. Okay, na? There you have to use white bubble. Okay, na? White bubble means, the meaning of white bubble means that value should not include in the interval. Okay, na? Our result. Okay. So here 7 is in denominator. So you have to use white bubble. Okay, fine. And 0. Okay, so the numbers where the denominator becomes 0, okay, will never include in the our interval. Okay, are you clear? Okay, so while you are writing intervals, always you have to use the open interval. Always you have to use the open interval for these values where denominator becomes 0. Even if they are asking this, suppose generally what we are thinking, y greater than or equal 0. Y greater than or equal to 0. Y greater than or equal to 0 means we think that equal 0 is there. So simply we use the closed interval. Don't like that. Okay, na? Don't think like that. Okay. Even if they are asking is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, na? You should not include the value where denominator becomes 0. Okay, na? Clear? So suppose for example, why Samata every time you are leaving and coming, what happened? Is there any problem from your side? Network problem, something? Okay? Yeah. Suppose, okay, I will write for some value for y greater than or equal to 0 something. Okay? So y greater than or equal to 0. Y greater than or equal to 0. Okay? Na? So x belongs to, so greater than or equal to 0. Okay, now first of all you have to take the positive values. Okay, na? Positive values. So where the positive, 7 to right side. Okay, na? 7 to right side. So that means okay, generally while we are writing the interval from left to right we are moving. Okay, na? So my left side of -6, that is minus infinity minus 6. Okay, I will write interval later. Okay, na? Next, where again positive 1 3, between 1 3 1 3. Next, where positive, after 7 it is positive 7 infinity. Okay, now positive cases, left side of -6, that is minus infinity minus 6, and 1 to 3 and 7 to infinity. So anyway, at infinity cases always we are using the open interval. So here open. Okay, here open. Now what about -6? Generally what we are thinking, we think that since here greater than or equal to 0, so we are writing the closed interval. Every time we are using closed interval like that. But here, while the zeros are in denominator, then you should not use closed interval in the result. Okay, na? You should not use the closed interval. Okay, so that means, so now -6. Where is -6? -6 is in numerator. So you have to use the closed interval. Union. Now 1. Where is 1? 1 in numerator. So use closed interval. Okay. Where is 3? 3 in numerator. So use closed interval. Union. Where 7? 7 in denominator. 7 denominator. So what we have to use? Here you have to use open. You should not use closed interval. If you write closed means 7 is include. Okay, 7 include means if 7 is there, if you substitute 7, what is the value of y? It becomes infinity. Okay, so you should not write closed interval here. Remember this point. You should not use closed interval where the denominator becomes 0. Okay, fine. So y greater than or equal to 0. So since the 7 is in denominator, so at the 7, the y tends to infinity. So you should not include this 7 in the result. You should not include the 7 in the result. Suppose if strictly greater than 0, every interval is open interval. It is clear. There is no closed interval. Okay, is it clear to everybody? Okay, then so let me give the answer for y less than or equal 0. Y less than or equal to 0 implies, so what is the x value? I want answer from you people. So less than or equal 0 means we have to move negative. We have to move to negative. So where is the negative? Minus 6 to minus 2. Okay. And minus 2 to 0 and 0 to 1. So this total part is negative. Okay. So in this, is there any roots in denominator? 0 is the white bubble. 0 is white bubble. So 0 should not be included. So that means you can write continuously from 6 to 0. So that is minus 6 to 0. So minus 6 is closed. Okay. 0 in denominator. So you should write open. Okay. Again union 0 to 1. 0 is already open. Where is 1? 1 in numerator. So closed. And where is the negative again? 3 to 7. Union 3, 7. So 3 in numerator. So closed. 7 in denominator. So you have to write open. Okay. Is it clear? Yeah. So almost all right, correct. Okay. A little bit confusing. Some people are. Okay, good. Fine. Okay. Na? So don't confuse. You should write open interval always where the zeros are in denominator. ఓకేనా? అర్థమైంది కదా? ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి ఈ డినామినేటర్లు జీరోస్ ఉంటాయో ఈ వాల్యూస్ దగ్గర ఖచ్చితంగా ఉండాలి. ఓకేనా? ఇక్కడ మనకి అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్ లో ఈక్వాలిటీ ఉన్నా సరే డినామినేటర్ వాల్యూస్ దగ్గర ఖచ్చితంగా మనకి ఏముండాలి? ఓపెన్ ఇంటర్వల్ ఉండాలి. ఓకేనా? యా, I think it is clear to everybody. Wave curve method. Shall I close it? Okay, because it's very important. So in IIT mains లేటంటే దీనిపైన ఖచ్చితంగా ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది అనమాట. ఈ వేవ్ కర్వ్ మెథడ్ బేస్ చేసుకుని అనమాట. ఓకేనా?